Escaping dynamic data, like we did in the previous movie, is not the only step that's necessary to prevent SQL injection. In this movie, we will discuss the importance of delimiting your database data using single quotes. There have been several times in previous chapters where I've mentioned that that's a good idea. Let's talk about why that is. In SQL, when we're submitting values to the database, let me show you another one. Let's say that instead of escaping our data, that instead I told PHP that it should typecast that value as being an integer. That's going to force it to be a number. That means that if an attacker gives us some kind of a injection string, it'll just get converted to a simple number. That number might be 0 or it might be 1, which is what it would be in this case. So it takes the string, it looks at it, converts it, and its best guess is that the string should be equal to 1 because it has a 1 at the beginning of it. So the injection string disappears in the process. Now, while this does render it harmless, I don't know that we've actually helped ourselves in terms of performance, because if you remember, URL strings and form data come into PHP as strings, even if they're numbers. So that ID starts out as being a string, then here we're converting it into an integer, and then when we concatenate it back onto the SQL that we're building up, it turns it back into a string again. So we've actually converted a couple of different times. I don't know that that's actually any better than just providing a quoted value to SQL and letting SQL do the conversion into the correct type. So my recommendation to you is to always quote all your values and to always escape them.